Yeah, yeah. Hey, you. Get up. I don't want you taking no more drugs. Yeah, get your life on track. This is a message from MCPC about how to live your life happily. Today's issue is on why not to take drugs, because drugs are bad and you shouldn't take drugs. Now all you kids might think it's cool to smoke some crack outside of school, but kids, that's not a good thing to be at.
No,
it's
sir.
just not cool, cause crack is whack. But don't worry homeboys, I'll help you out until the day that you can shout, I don't need drugs to make me rad, cause I'm not on drugs, cause drugs are bad. If you get on drugs, it'll be very bad. You'll upset your parents and they will be sad.
So
respect your mum and your dad and make them happy instead of mad. If someone offers you some drugs, you always say no thank you, I don't take drugs. Then if they ask, why don't you take drugs? You just say, cause I'm a cool guy. Drugs are bad, drugs are bad. Don't take drugs cause drugs are bad. They aren't cool, they aren't rad. No, drugs are just plain bad. You see a drug dealer, then make sure that you run. Because if you don't buy his drugs, he'll shoot you with a gun. Drug dealers aren't nice people. In fact, they're real thugs. If drug dealers ruled the world, everyone would be on drugs. If you took some ecstasy, you'd go on a trip. What's that? But not a nice trip with your grandparents, one that isn't hip. Oh no! Lots of colours would spin around, and then the sky would be on the ground. You would see very strange places where people rode crabs and the crabs had faces. When you take drugs, you act very strange. Some people might think that you're deranged. You do things that you normally wouldn't do, like drinking out of public fountains and dancing in public fountains.
No.
Don't eat the fish out of the pond. Fish are not good for you when they're in the pond. If you take drugs, you'll quickly get poor. You'll have lots of fits and fall on the floor. It's very cold when you're on drugs and on the street, so if somebody is on drugs, then help them to their feet. Give them your scarf or a sweater. That will make them feel all better. Drugs are bad, drugs are bad. Don't do drugs, cause drugs are bad. Drugs aren't cool, drugs aren't rad. No, drugs are just plain bad. I had a friend, let's call him Billy. It's quite appropriate because his name was Billy. Billy really liked to smoke pot. Not just a bit, he liked it a lot. One day Billy said to his friend, and this is for real, not just for pretend, dude, let's go out on an adventure. Oh, did I forget to mention, this journey involved lots of very bad things like putting needles in yourself, and that really stings. They both went off in their car. They went to London, which is very far. Afterwards Billy said, I'll drive back home. Even though he was hella stoned, his friend thought Billy was pretty flash, but he lost control and the car then crashed. After 5 months in hospital, Billy felt okay, so he went out and took some more ecstasy. He thought it'd be okay to drive a car again, but then he crashed the car again, and then he died.